And this is a story, Church of England to review George Carey's official role. The Church of England is to review its decision to allow George Carey, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, to resume an official church role following his evidence at the independent inquiry into child sex abuse last week and criticism from survivors. Stephen Croft, the Bishop of Oxford, who issued Lord Carey with a permission to officiate earlier this year, said, "We recognise that there will be renewed questions concerning Lord Carey's permission to officiate following the child abuse inquiry hearings this week, and I'm sorry that my response to Lord Carey's request in February this year caused additional distress to some survivors of abuse." Carey offered uncritical support for a bishop, this is Bishop Ball, that of course Prince Charles didn't know anything about, even though they were friends for years. Carey offered uncritical support for a bishop accused of sexual abuse in the 1990s, the inquiry heard. Carey said that with 25 years of hindsight, he should not have been so generous in his views of Peter Ball, the former Bishop of Lewes and then Gloucester, who was jailed in 2015 for sexually abusing vulnerable young men. So this whole paedophile situation, not least this elite paedophile ring or rings that I've been writing about for decades, worldwide, it's a global ring with national rings going on in different countries. This cover-up after the Savile revelations has been pathetic to watch, and most pathetic, really, is to watch the mainstream media help to cover it up. And it's extraordinary that they have the ability to do that and sleep at night, but apparently they do. So Prince Charles, there is so much to know in relation to the royal family, not least him, in relation to all this. And the truth will out at some point. And while this is all going on, we have a woman called Melanie Shaw, who was abused at a so-called care home, talk about Orwellian inversion, care home in Nottinghamshire, and names the people who were the abusers, names famous people who were involved. And she is still in jail for a crime she was fitted up with and kept out of the public eye, thus unable to say what she knows to a wider audience. She wants to give evidence to this child abuse inquiry, which would be seriously important evidence, and yet she's in jail and therefore is not allowed to. And people like Robert Greene, this tireless campaigner for justice for these what are called survivors of this abuse, satanic abuse as well as sexual abuse, has been on the case, and I've done a lot about it recently, and will continue to do when the information comes to light about Melanie Shaw on the website, and it seems to be starting to have an impact. I'm seeing more and more people doing things on YouTube, etc., about Melanie Shaw. So Melanie Shaw is a personification, as are many other people, of how this cover-up happens, and how this state that when it's exposed says, oh, it's terrible, we must do something, continues today as it always has. And in this public video cast that I'll put together, Theresa May's ears will definitely be burning, the current Prime Minister, who was Home Secretary in the aftermath of the Savile revelations.